Great. We're gathered here today to speak about security token offerings. Security token offerings, or security tokens, they're simple. You put your ownership to an item in the real world to your private key. So your wallet can own your house, basically. Me, I am Jørgen. I am the co-founder of this meetup with Anders. And today, I'm holding this meetup with Halvor. Other than that, I have a startup, Flare. We do digital shouting. You can ask people in your nearby proximity for help. It's like digital shouting. And I do some side project with Jørgen Corp, which is my corporation, where I do these kind of talks professionally. So I can be hired for this. Today, I'm going to start from a point of history where securities were invented. And I'm just going to mention what a security is in Norwegian, verdipapir. It is proof of ownership of something. And this was invented in the great empire of Britain 400 years ago. And this was basically a crowdfunding mechanism for crowdfunding a huge company which leveraged imperialism. It did benefit some people a lot, but it didn't really benefit the farmer, the guy on the ground, everyday people. Today, our technology for this, stocks, ownership in a company, and how it works has evolved a lot. We have not what they had 400 years ago, some paper that's like, I own stock in this company, that you could walk over to a place and say like, yeah, I own this. Now we have computers, you log in on the internet to the exchange and buy your stocks. But still, you need to have a bank to access this, and over 1 billion people does not have that. And you need often to have like a certain amount of money, you need to be verified to join the stock market. So this is still a walled garden for everyone who is doing it. You're not allowing everyone in. That's the problem. So what is happening in blockchain world today? We've seen shit tons of crowdfunding, and we call them ICOs. Up until now, we had $20 billion in crowdfunding, and where does all this money go, really? A lot of the tokens, actually 100% or 99.99% of all the tokens sold today, I like to call arcade tokens. You can call them utility tokens if you want, but let's go with this metaphor. So an arcade token is like a token in an arcade, except that you don't buy one token for all the machines. You have one token for Donkey Kong, one token for playing Tetris, etc. And if you put this out of the metaphor and into today's world, these arcade tokens can be used for doing stuff on the internet. On one side, you can use the arcade tokens to play the I want to rent a distributed server game, which CERN does. They are a pilot customer of one of these projects. On the other side, you can use this arcade token to buy porn services. You can pay a porn actor on SpankChain to strip for you with an arcade token. So this is, yeah, this is extremely useful. You can see the server is useful. On the other side, you can play the porn game. And this is basically what the internet is. If you look back, CERN, they invented the World Wide Web, which we all use today. And porn is the dictator of what technology we choose to adapt. So I guess this is a good thing. But there is a downside. When you buy this arcade token, actually, the arcade machine that you put it in doesn't exist yet. A lot of times, the team that is going to build the arcade machine does not exist either. So what you have is a promise. This is a promise that some people on the internet who manage to build a website and make an address that you can send money to, which is pretty fucking simple today. You give them a lot of money, and they give you a promise. I promise that this token can be used for the Donkey Kong machine. But the problem is that you're not building a simple Donkey Kong machine. And you're not building a simple application like Facebook or Google. You're building a distributed application, which is supposed to run everywhere and be like magically exist by itself on the internet. And that is hard. That is really fucking hard. So you trust that someone has the skills to do this or can acquire them, can get a team who will always be friends and can do this and is the perfect team to do this, and that they will actually manage to build it. You trust them to do. But then you also trust them to get adoption so that you can use your token. Or did you only buy it for an investment? Didn't you want to play the Donkey Kong machine? I mean, what's up? What's up here? So a lot of people are using this opportunity to earn a lot of money. And what we call them are frauds, scams. It's a lie. It's all a lie. For example, this graph here is from this is a blockchain meetup, so I'm guessing everyone knows about BitConnect. BitConnect! Yeah! This is the chart. And you can see that it doesn't really matter where you bought your shitcoin, because in the end, it's worth nothing. So you have to trust the promise. That's very important. But there is another side to this. You don't need a token to be an arcade token. The token can be a security token, which proves proof of ownership. Here are some examples. For example, you can have a proof that says, I own gold, this amount of gold, and this company will administer so that I actually own this gold. OK, cool. I own this token. I trust the company to own my gold. On the other side, you can have a token which says, one token is $1 US. And that is the one to the left, Tether. They are running a more obscure strategy. They don't really want to tell everyone where it is backed. They don't want to give out the secret of where the vault is, because then someone can rob it, maybe. Or maybe the vault doesn't exist. Who knows? On the market today, Tether has $1. Basically, it has been worth $1 since it got put out to the market. So the market trusts Tether for now, and gold. And that is good. So I'm just going to show a little video to get you hyped about arcade tokens and security tokens. Oops.
ICOs have raised more than $4 billion worth of early-stage capital, massively disrupting traditional finance. But while token fundraising is a booming trend, the global securities market has yet to participate. Stocks, bonds, venture capital, private equity, and virtually every category of traditional finance function better on the blockchain. Equity, LP shares, and share units will become programmable tokens that are more accessible, liquid, and secure than traditional forms of asset ownership. But no platform exists today that bridges the gap between financial securities and the blockchain. Today, businesses looking to join the crypto revolution by launching their own token have nowhere to go. Enter Polymath. Polymath envisions a future where token holders replace shareholders in the global economy, and every business in the world has immediate access to trillions of dollars worth of crypto capital. Powered by its native token, Polymath is ushering in a new era of security token offerings, or STOs. STOs will soon dominate ICOs as financial products of all sorts upgrade to tokens. To facilitate this mega trend, Polymath is building the world's first decentralized protocol that empowers corporations to launch their own security token by simplifying the technical and legal challenges of a compliant token launch. With KYC-aware token technology, Polymath ensures only authorized investors can participate in the network. By powering the next generation of regulatory-friendly tokens, Polymath aims to be the catalyst that launches the multi-trillion-dollar security token revolution. Let the stampede begin. Polymath.
So, Regulatory friendly tokens. Know your customer. What the fuck is that? Well, in the crypto world, we are on the internet. Who is the legislator on the internet? None. But for each country, you can have your own legislation. So there is a term called legislation shopping. Basically, I want to do something experimental, crazy, security token shit, or whatever blockchain on the internet. I'm in this country. They say no, okay. Then I can just go to another country. For example, Malta, which this guy did. And Malta is a very friendly place, regulation-wise. They get some money and they don't care about the rules, basically. So, what happened? Who is this? This guy, he's the guy who made Binance. Binance is one of the largest, or the largest cryptocurrency exchange now. Something like that. And this guy, he started in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a very strict place sometimes. And he figured out that if I actually want to make this thing that is going to be on the internet where there is no legislation, I need some legislation friendliness. So he moved his whole operation, several hundred people, to Malta. That's where they are now, and that's why you can trade on Binance like a happy customer. So, what are we talking about? Is there actually a difference between a security token and an arcade token? Well, technically, no. They are both smart contracts. And the smart contract is just programmed money. You just program money to behave in some way, like a stock, or I own $1. You can choose, or I rent porn, whatever. You just program money like how you want it. And this is what we call smart contracts. These are both smart contracts. They're just two different use cases of the same technology. So on the one side, we have server renting and porn, where you cut out the middleman of Pornhub and make the porn extras really happy, and yourself, it's a little bit more cheaper. These are arcade tokens. On the other side, we have like something that is proof of ownership of a real thing. If you have one teeter, yes, you trust them, but you have proof of that I own $1 and you can send it anywhere in the world. That is fucking great sometimes. So how do we do that now? How do I send $1 to another person? Or how do I send 10 stocks in Tesla to my friend in Bangalore? What do? Well, I use the SWIFT, which is called the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. And these are 11,000 plus banks in 200 plus countries, which use this system to transfer value of money and stocks and assets around the world. As a blockchainer, I like things decentralized. So, is this decentralized? The answer is no. It has a board of directors which chooses what it's going to do. This is in contrary to the fact that they have said that they want to be borderless and neutral and politically independent. But that is not what's happening today. I'm going to show you what's happening today. Basically, our result is Germany wants something else than SWIFT. They don't like it anymore, says the Prime Minister. Yeah. Why? I'll tell you why. The reason why Germany doesn't like SWIFT is because Germany's #1 oil producer is Iran. And US said to SWIFT that either you stop serving Iran because of our sanctions, or fuck you. So SWIFT was like, okay, Donald Trump, we'll block Iran. And now Germany is angry because they want to buy oil from Iran, but how the fuck are they going to do it? They can't use the internet anymore. And this is the reason why security tokens are important, because it puts transfer of value outside of politics. It gives us a neutral system. An example of, I mean, oh, by the way, you can try, Iran could have tried like, oh, let's just, and they are actually discussing it right now. Let's just make a cryptocurrency like Tether and say like one Tether is worth one of our local currency in Iran. And somebody else has actually tried this before. And they're called Venezuela. They have hyperinflation. Their currency loses 30% value each hour. It's all fucked up. So they're like, oh, we have a perfect solution to this. We just make a security token for our oil. But the oil is in the ground. And you have to trust them because they say the oil is in the ground, but you don't actually know. So this is the problem with these kind of things. You have to trust the issuer. And if you look at the side here, this is from like an ICO page, like rating people, rating ICOs. I said, no, this is not an ICO. This is an STO. I mean, security token offering, you're crowdfunding something that is in the real world, giving people proof of ownership. And the rating is basically, this is a scam. The project is a concept. Nobody knows where the money is. What the fuck? It's like, this is the first big STO from a country. So it doesn't actually put like, it doesn't legitimize the concept, but it also proves that you have to trust the issuer. And that is kind of great, right? So I just want to end on a little bit more positive note. Today, Indiegogo is building infrastructure for having security token offerings on the internet. And you can probably do it now or next week. It's like no stress, just like dollars, but everyone in the world can participate no matter what. Also, Steve Wozniak announced 2 weeks ago that he's having a security token offering for one of his startups. So my question to you guys is, what are you going to do? Thank you.
What are you going to do?
I have this startup, it's called Flare. Have you heard about it?
Will you have a STO?
Maybe. It will be cool though.
Yeah.
Why not?